Welcome to 2012 County Youth in Government. The purpose of this program really is to equip you with a solid understanding of what county government is all about. You know, how it's funded, how the difficult decisions of what they have to do on a daily basis, and how to effectively run a county. And so you're going to get an opportunity to really experience and understand probably more than what 90% of the people in this county know, which is how our county government works, what different departments do, and kind of how they actually are funded and make these difficult choices. And you're going to learn today from 3 specific departments that you're going to meet with, and try to figure out how you as students would make some of these difficult decisions that they have to make on a daily basis.
I'm Warden Lawrence Artis, Burlington County Department of Corrections. Under the Department of Corrections, we have the main jail, which is in Mount Holly. We have another jail out in Pemberton, which is called CWRC, it's a Work Release Center. We have the largest budget in Burlington County. You notice it said 24 million, it's 24 million, sometimes it's 26 million, depending on what happens within the jail. The important thing, the reason I gave you the numbers of the people is that our department is a lot different than any other department because it houses human beings.
My name is Nick Bemke, and I'm the Director of Information Technology for the county. What I'm going to hand out here is a little more budget detail for our IT budget. I know the handout that you have is just kind of a one number, and that's not very helpful, so I wanted to give you a little bit more detail on exactly what we do in IT and how we got to those numbers. We support not only the county departments, but also fire, police, and EMS. So if you see in your handout here, if you want to turn to the operational budget, 2012 operational budget, give you a little bit more detail on what we do with the money that we're allocated through taxes.
My name is Eve Holland, and I'm the Director of the Burlington County Health Department. It's my pleasure this morning to answer, hopefully to the best of my ability, some of your questions you have about the budget. I've been with the county for about 10 years, but only in the health department for about 8 weeks. So I'll do the best I can in helping you answer your questions about the budget, and we'll get started.
So I'm not getting where $5,000 in education training is going. Like, I get you have personnel that you like staffing and stuff in the training. I don't see $5,000.
Okay. Well, the county health department employs a lot of people. That education and training line is for all of the staff in the county. And it is for example, if you have a professional license and you're required to have continuing education credits, that could be a seminar that we're sending people to get credits for their license and ongoing trends. So for example, I know in the next week or two, we're sending quite a bit of staff to go to required training on HIV.
Yes, sir. You gave the numbers for your staff in the beginning, but how many do you have per
Per shift, like today, day shift. Day shift is right now, today, over at Mount Holly, there's 37 officers working right now.
Yes.
Blade servers tend not to be able to be upgraded in the future. There tend to be those servers that you buy them and then they work, and then when they stop working, they're extremely hard to fix. How is that going to, like regular servers, you tend to be able to upgrade them as time goes on. So how are server blades going to be effective then if you can't upgrade them like regular servers?
Well, when we purchase the blade, we have a 5-year, 24/7 maintenance contract. So anything that breaks on the blade, we call Dell, they come out and they replace the components.
We have to either A, cut items from people's budgets, because if we can't come up with $1,200,000 of cuts, we have to raise taxes on people. However, realize that your job is to take care of people. And if you cut too deeply, you affect people. Figure out what you need to do with budget cuts. Are you going to cut down and have no taxes? Or are the things that are in that budget so important that you have to raise taxes? Go. Let's start budget.
So that's why we have 80 degrees in our data center, and it's starting to damage the equipment. That's why we $1 million.
majority will agree on exactly what you guys want to go with.
We're cutting $3,688 out of that. That's a lot of money for it, but when you look at it, they're still getting most of what they have. They're getting like 93% of their original budget. So we keep it high, we just, let them have their budget, just cut a little bit.
We cut $1 million from overtime because we were talking to the warden and he said that's about how much he expects to be cut with the new program that they're instituting.
Okay, I say that we give back $100,000 to the general and office supplies, because if you think about it, if the facilities aren't kept and maintained, then more inmates will get sick, and then their medical bill will skyrocket, because they're cutting back on the facility maintenance.
The basis of this whole election is, do we want to control this budget? Do we want the other party to take control and raise it? No. Exactly. So, by having me, I present to you with electability and experience, because recently over the summer at Boys State, at leadership camp, I was the freeholder for my county.
I really am strong about our political views. I really agree that we need to keep the taxes the same. We can't raise taxes to keep, but because people will be angry, and we're the people party. So I think I will be able to do this for all of us, and thank you.
No, but on the serious side, I am a very loving person. There are people here who can claim to that, and I'm definitely all about what's good for the whole and not just what's good for one person.
I've talked to a lot of you about what I think, and I've talked to you a lot about myself. I'm in ROTC, as you can see. I ran for sheriff 2 years ago, and I won sheriff for overall. And so I know what to do, and I know how this position works, because I've worked with sheriff, so it's very similar, but it's a different idea, I guess is a better way to put it. So I know what it's about, and I know how to do it.
I feel like I know what I'm doing, because I might not be in charge of as many people as some of my peers, but I feel like I can really connect with people. I feel like I can listen to what you guys want, and I can adhere to that.
I want to be sheriff because I think I always wanted to be an aspect part of law. I eventually want to join the Air Force and become a JAG, which is a lower ranking military. I've already taken business law and in practice taking American law, and I should be going to college for pre-law and going to law school.
So as your freeholder person, I'll represent your perspective and lead our county out of the turmoil it is in and lead it towards the path of prosperity and success. Thank you.
All of you have either lost a person, or if you haven't, you will. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen because that's just life. And you know that if it's a loved one, you want whatever happens with the wills, you want it to happen correctly. You don't want anything to be messed up. And that's what I'm going to make sure happens. I'm going to make sure everything gets done correctly and fast enough so you'll be satisfied.
And you want somebody who's trustworthy, who wants your vote to matter. You guys all want your vote to matter, right? Well, that's something that we need. We need somebody who is organized and trustworthy to let your vote matter. If not, you're not going to be heard.
I kind of want to make my speech short because there's not a lot to talk about county clerk. I didn't bring up my speech like my opponent did, because I feel like if you want to run for something, you got to run from the heart. You got to say what you're feeling.
There's some of you I've met, and there are more of you that I have not. But I'm here this morning to speak to each and every one of you in this room. I will speak to you about 3 issues within the county that are close to my heart, and which I hope to positively reinvent should you select me to represent you as a freeholder.
As your freeholder, I assure you that I'll work for your welfare and well-being rather than sticking to the party boundaries. I'm willing to compromise to save our county. So please vote for Solomon Sleen, who tries for prosperity.
I came to youth and government, like I said, because the teacher egged me on. She thought I'd be good for it, and she needed a strong team. And it actually did very well for me. As I said, I'm interested in politics now. This year I ran for freeholder simply because last year I was so fascinated and intrigued by it.
I participated in this program because I thought it would be a really good opportunity to get insight on how the county government works, and from so far it's been the most informative thing I've ever went to. That's including campaign speeches by local candidates for offices within the county. even they couldn't provide as much insight as I learned here.
I want to be an attorney, and I thought it'd be a great way for me to get involved at the county level and understand what the basic understanding of it was. And I think it benefited me because now I understand what it takes, what a freeholder does, and now I can work my way up as I become a law student and a lawyer and finally become a politician.
This is my 3rd year coming here, and every year there's a new experience. Like, you could come one year and you could come the next, it's not going to be different, and you still learn good values, and there's something good to learn each year. They could try to teach you in history books, but it's just not going to be the same.
I think you get a lot out of this program. You get to make connections with people. Last year, I went with the Parks Department, and I actually became a volunteer with them. You're getting to know the workers there. And it's really just a great program to learn about your community and get involved.
It gives us an opportunity for us to mimic and see exactly what people do as officials in our government. It gives us an opportunity as young adults to find out what we want to do as a role in our community, as well as help out other people as medical needs, sheriffs, freeholders, anything that youth and county government offers.
One of the big reasons I come and do youth and government is because you get a feel for how county government is. Most people don't realize how big it is and how much it impacts their lives, and I want to be somebody who helps people, and it's just something really big in my life. And you get out a lot of information, you learn how to do things, you learn how to be who you are, and it really helps find who you want to be.